Hello, everyone. Let's talk about a concept that helps modern day AI like chatbot behave smarter. The concept's name, Retrieval Augmented Generation, or RAG. So, before we dive into RAG, let's talk about something that most of us have experienced by now hallucinations. LLMs like ChatGPT sometimes give pinpoint, flawless answers, and at times they give us answers that seem structured and intelligent, but if we look into it, it's absolute gibberish. You've probably seen that before. For example, if you ask an LLM to answer the question, explain recursion, it's going to give a perfect answer. But then if you go on asking the LLM, what did I have this morning? It's going to generate an answer, but it's going to be absolute gibberish. So you might be wondering, why do large language models hallucinate anyways? So large language models primarily hallucinate due to the fact that they only give answers based off of what they have been trained on. So if you ask it something that it's not been trained on, it's going to give an answer that is not accurate. And to make things worse, they have a cutoff date associated with them. So typically speaking, they can't answer anything after that cutoff date has passed until or unless you're basically explicitly given it the context required to answer that given question. So an LLM is like a simple student who goes on remembering things for his exam. He writes well in his exams and he forgets after that. Even within the exams, he forgets content at times, so he tries to fill in the blanks with absolute gibberish. I think most of us have probably done that before. And RAG is basically, you can think of it like an open book test. You have a book with you. If you don't know the answer, you can look into the book, get the relevant content, and actually answer the question to your best. So let's first understand the entire architecture once, just so that you have a better idea. So we basically have the documents, we index them, we chunk them, so we break them down into smaller chunks. We then vectorize them and store them in a vector a database. So you've probably heard of things such as ChromaDB. Now the user sends their query, then we have an embedding model right over here, which basically converts the user query into vectors, and now the search happens. Once the search has happened, the relevant content gets retrieved. Now we have the query, relevant content, prompt, so this is prompt plus the system prompt. Now this goes to the LLM, which generates our response and sends it back to the user. So this is pretty much what RAG is. So the next time you're trying to build a smart AI chatbot, keep these concepts in mind and try to implement them yourself. It's probably going to become a good project for you and a good learning. So thank you so much for watching. I would love to hear back from you all and get some feedback.